Welcome back, you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to ride a motorcycle. Now, if you haven't already, get familiar with your bike. On the left side you have the gear shifter, the clutch, and on the right side you have the rear brake, the accelerator, aka throttle, and the front brake. Now, I feel like after all the videos I've watched, because I was watching countless videos before I even got a bike, and I figured there was one thing I've learned or came across my mind when I started to ride, and no one talks about it. But in this video is going to be the first thing we talk about, and it is stalling. Now, everyone says that stalling is bad, it's embarrassing. True and true. But stalling does not hurt the bike, so don't worry about it. We're going to go through stalling because you need to understand what the bike feels like when you mess up. Notice I said when and not if, because stalling is a part of the learning experience. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mount the bike. Kickstand up, and now you got your feet planted if possible. Now, the first thing I want to tell you guys before we get to the stalling is body position. And I see a lot of new riders when they ride, they have their hands choked up like this all the way at the top. Now, I get it, it's a big bike. You want to feel like you have most control, but this is not the case. Specifically the throttle hand, not so much the left side, because this one doesn't twist, but the throttle hand, if you have your weight on the bars, it's hard to control the throttle and support yourself. See what I'm saying? So what I found out was I have my weight on the bar ends. Hopefully you're lucky to have them. I have my pinky, because if I had bigger bar ends, I would have my pinky and ring finger, but I only got the little one. So I have my pinky on the bar end, and that's how I rest my body. Now, mainly I'm using my core to hold my body up. And when your core fatigues, then you can put your weight on the bar, just until your core feels like, you know, it had its break and you're ready to engage it again. But for the most part, you are not resting your body on the bars. Reason being, it's hard to control. It's hard to control if all your weight is on the bar. So put your weight on the bar ends. That way you don't touch the throttle and you can still maneuver. Now, in my case, I've learned to control the throttle with these three fingers. I have my weight on the bar end. I control it just like that. Of course, if I'm on the highway and, you know, I'm opening up, then I'll put my whole hand on it. But for the most part, 3 fingers is all you need, maybe 2. Now, we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the stalling. You have to get familiar with the bike and what it will do when you mess up. All right? And stalling is when you let the clutch out too fast. That's because the engine doesn't have enough power to the rear wheel. So I will demonstrate. Turn the bike on. And right now I'm in neutral, so I can start the bike. And then I'm going to squeeze the clutch or pull the clutch, and then put the gear shifter in 1. Boom. Now, this is what happens when your bike stalls or when you let the clutch out too fast. Check it. See that? It lunges forward and it shuts off. Now, you want to get used to that feeling, because if that happens at a red light or a stop sign, you're going to start panicking, because you're going to have cars behind you. They're impatient. They're honking the horn. So you don't want to be on the road unfamiliar with the stall. All right, let's do it again. You got the clutch in, and then I'm going to release it really fast. Boom. And if that happens and you're not ready for it, the bike obviously is going to either tilt to the left, or this is my right, or to the left. So left or right, because since you're not moving forward, the weight of the bike got to go somewhere. And since you're on two wheels, it's either to the right or to the left. So again, the stall, you got to get familiar with what this bike is going to do. Boom. All right, one more time. Let it out real fast. Boom. Just like that. All right. So practice getting used to the stall, because you don't want it to take you by surprise when you're on the public roads. All right. Part 2. I didn't even say part 1 and the other one. Part 2, we're gonna start rolling, not to be confused with this kind of rolling or that kind of rolling. It's another thing with the clutch. This time, instead of letting it out fast, making the bike stall, we're going to release the clutch very, 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 very slow. That's going to give the bike engine power to the rear wheel. Okay? That's going to make the bike move forward. All right? We're going to release the clutch very slow. Turn this back on. My bike is already in first, so I have to pull in the clutch to start it. Boom. Ready? Release the clutch very slow. And the bike pulls itself. No gas. My hands are still on the bar end. I have no throttle. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but did you hear the engine kind of like rev really low? It dropped a few RPMs. That's what's going to happen. That's perfectly normal, so don't trip. All right, pulling the clutch to cancel the power to the rear wheel, and now a little bit of brake so I can stop just a little bit faster. All right, again, release the clutch very, very slow, and you're going to feel the bike pull itself. You don't need any gas. I've seen a lot of videos of people showing their friends, as you release the clutch, give it gas. Don't do that as a new rider. You're learning right now. We're going to get to that. You just need to learn how to take off very slow. That's why we use parking lots, empty parking lots. All right. I'm going to continue rolling. Well, actually not. I am going to give it some throttle just to get down there. All right. Now I pulled in the clutch so I can come to a stop. I'm gonna bust a U-turn right here. And you already know, look where you want to go. Stop the bike. Boom. All right. That's rolling the bike. Part 3. Switching gears. A very, very easy concept. There's only 3 steps you need to consider. All right. I've learned to put this together maybe yesterday. 3 easy steps. I want you to repeat after me. Pull, switch, release. All right. That's gear shifting. All right. We're still not going to give it any throttle, but we can still switch gears. All right. Pull, switch, release. We're going to pull in the clutch. We're going to switch the gear, and then we're going to release the clutch. All right. Pull, switch, release. Just that simple. All right. Well, when I did that, I put my bike in neutral. So let's go in first. Pull in the clutch. Go in first gear. All right. Once we start rolling, release the clutch very slow. Once you start rolling, awesome. Now, when you pull, switch, release, you have to do it in a timely manner. If you do it too slow, the bike will shudder and it will stall. It happened to me yesterday a few times when I was trying to make the video, but it's hard to do on purpose because it kind of freaks you out. So pull, switch, release, and you got to do it fairly quickly. All right, you don't have to do it super fast, but fairly quickly. All right, maybe as fast as 1, 2, 3. All right, that fast. 1, 2, 3. Pull, switch, release. Pull, switch, release. All right, we're gonna try it here. I'm doing 7 miles an hour, no throttle. You don't need any throttle. Ready? We're gonna do pull, switch, release. Now we're in second. Now, did you hear the RPMs drop? You heard the engine go, That's perfectly okay. Don't freak out. That's what's supposed to happen. All right? We're gonna do it again. Pull, switch, release. Do it fairly quickly. Here we go. Pull, switch, release. Now we in third. Just like that. Pull, switch, release. 3 easy steps. No gas. We just rolling along at 11 miles an hour. We went from 7 miles an hour to 9 miles an hour. Now with 11. Let's see what fourth gear got. Pull, switch, release. Let's see how fast we get. 12 miles an hour. 13. Can we hit 13? Nah, it won't give us 13. Oh, there it is. 13 miles an hour. All right, now we in fourth gear. It's just that easy. Pull, switch, release. All right. Now I'm going to pull in the clutch and switch back to first so I can do this U-turn. Pull in the clutch. Slap. 1, 2, 3. I'm slowing down, slowing down. Back in first. Bussa UE. Come to a stop. Just like that. All right. Simple as that. Pull, switch, release. That's why you want a big parking lot. I'm fortunate enough to be at this college over here in Northwest Indiana, and we have this little, they have this little section here, which is like pretty phenomenal how long it is. That's what she said. Man, that guy in that green Bonneville was staring hard. All right, part 4. Now this part, we actually going to use some throttle. We're going to do everything we've learned except stall, because by this time you should know not to stall. But you are prepared for it. So we're going to release the clutch slowly so we can start rolling, and then we're going to pick up speed with a little throttle, and then we're going to incorporate the pull, switch, release. All right. Now with the pull, switch, release method, it was 3 steps. With this, it's going to be 5 steps. Don't start freaking out. The only 2 extra steps is with the throttle. And with the throttle, we're going to let go and give it. All right. This is letting go of the throttle, and then give it some throttle, just like that. All right. But we're probably not going to let it go like this. We're just going to let off. All right. Yeah, we'll say that. Let off instead of let go. Let off the throttle. Pull, switch, release. Give it some throttle. Right? It's 5 easy steps. Let's go ahead and knock it out. You about to be riding, I don't know how this video is going to be, but you about to be riding in less than 30 minutes, I think. Easy peasy. Let's do it. I'm already in first. Awesome. Now, release the clutch so we can start rolling. Very slowly. Release the clutch very slowly. All right. Awesome. Got my feet up. Now, we're going to give it a little bit of throttle. You don't need a lot, because if you give it a lot, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, we don't need that. All right. Just a tiny bit of throttle. Ready? Boom. All right, just a tiny bit. Just like that. Now, when we pull, switch, release, we're going to let off the throttle and then do the 3-step method. Ready? Let off, pull, switch, release, give it some throttle. Now we're in second, just like that. Let's do it again. Release. Well, not release. Let off is what I meant. All right. Let off, pull, switch, release. Give it some throttle. Now we in third. One more time. Let off, pull, switch, release. Give it some throttle. I believe we're in fourth gear now. And if you're in fourth gear by now, guess what? Congratulations. You know how to ride a motorcycle. Just like that. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm switching down to first. We're gonna do it one more time. Boom, 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 and stop. All right. Small little tiny break. We're gonna do it one last time. We're gonna release the clutch very slowly to start rolling the bike. Give it some gas. Then we're going to incorporate the pull, switch, release method. Ready? Release slowly. Give it some gas. Then we're going to let off the gas. Pull, switch, release. Give it some more gas. You ready? I hope so, because I am. Let's do it. My bike is already in first gear. Awesome. Release the clutch very slowly so we can start. It's okay if you're walking it too. It's okay to walk it just until you get fast enough to where you don't have to walk it. Put your feet up. Now we're rolling. Give it just a tiny bit of gas. All right. Now we're going to release, or we're going to let off the throttle, pull, switch, release, and then give it some throttle. You ready? Let off the throttle, pull, switch, release, give it some throttle. Just like that. One more time. Let off, pull, switch, release, give it some throttle. Now we in third. We cooking. We cooking. One more time. Let off, pull, switch, release, give it some throttle. We are in fourth gear. Oh yeah. Feel the wind on my bald head. Oh yeah. One more time before this road ends. Let off, pull, switch, release. We are in fifth gear. Awesome. Just like that, you can ride a motorcycle. This your boy Nate. We out of here. I'm gonna see who's all out. Hopefully my battery don't die. Catch y'all on the flip. Deuces.